So I think hunting has given me an extra depth and an extra element in understanding the greatness of food.
Christian Puglisi is no ordinary chef. Born in Sicily, immigrated to Denmark, and is now one of the top chefs in the world. A Michelin Star Chef. Someone who truly understands where his food comes from. Someone who truly wanted to understand more about what food is to him. There's only one way to do it. And that was to understand hunting. Understand that there was this deeper connectivity between him and his food, between humans and the food that we consume.
I think to me there's like I've always been curious about, I think, the general relation I have to food. As an immigrant child, my relation to food was very strong and particular, because when you come from one country to another, this is one of the things that you can very easily define yourself on. Like, where do I come from is the food that you eat and your family eats. Particularly coming from Italy, that has such a strong food culture that is very well defined around the world, you come to a country very much carrying that. I was relating to food in a very intense way at a very young age. And with time, that became my career. I don't think hunting entered my life seriously before way later. Like my big moment where I really changed my perspective of many things regarding nature and my own nature was when I became a father. That was really something that made me think and reconsider. And being involved in food and having a career in food and having had a lot of opinions about food, they sort of got all expanded with this new element that came with responsibility and with some very deep thoughts about what I think was appropriate and what makes sense and all the things I didn't understand. And hunting was, or is to me, like the last sort of a step I have been taking into trying to understand my own nature and the nature that I'm a part of, because first was agriculture, first was cooking, but that expanded into agriculture and trying to understand how do things grow, and also how do you deal with animals and the meat that we source, what is ethically good meat and what is quality meat and all these things. And to me it seemed like a natural next step to try and understand when the tables are turned a little bit and when you don't have agriculture as a part of it, but it's sourcing in a different way when it's in the wild and whatever that brings. So hunting was, like, to me the ultimate step into trying to understand this and understand the food that I nurture myself with, that I eat, that I serve, and that I give to my kid and my family. When I became a father, I understood that it was my greatest responsibility to make my child understand his connection to food. His connection to food needs to involve being a part of nature, understanding that he, like I, are a part of nature. And when you engage in that, the food that you eat, I think, very naturally becomes of a much higher quality and much more healthy. Understanding it is the key, and being out there 4 hours, many times, engaging, whether it's fishing or whether it is foraging or whether it is hunting, I think you really get a deep understanding of it. And I'm very green at this, but I understood at one point that I don't have to be very experienced to give my son the passion for this that I have. I just need to be passionate, and I need to be able to show him that this is exciting and this is interesting, and food is the greatest thing you can play with, and that nature is the greatest playground you can be in. My name is Christian Francesco Puglisi. I'm a father, chef, and hunter. Everyone has their own story. This is mine. It's in the blood.